Hey guys, Olivia here, and you're watching a speed build on my channel. This one is for a penthouse apartment, and it's actually a really old build. I think I did this build not long after the vintage glamour pack came out, so you're going to see quite a few objects and wallpapers and things like that from that particular pack. I did already film the audio for this, but because it's so old now, I thought I should probably re-record it, since I think I may have recorded the audio around the same time that I did my Cabin in the Woods audio, and that was also an older build that I had done as well, so I'm a little bit out of date with these ones, and I just kind of forgot all about it, to be honest. I just was building other things, and I think I started the city living. I would have started the city living challenge pretty much around the same time, and just got too busy basically and just forgot all about it. And I just suddenly thought this morning, I was like, I should really do something about that. So here I am. So the concept for this penthouse, I basically went onto Google Images and just searched a whole lot of penthouse exteriors. I just wanted to get some sort of like concept ideas, because most of the houses that I build are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I was going to say homey, but I don't really know if that's the right word. More traditional houses rather than, a penthouse, which, yes, they're houses, but they're not, like cottages or anything like that. They're like, they're very, very modern. And I just wanted to give myself a little bit of inspiration. I knew I wanted certain things. I knew I wanted an area that was going to be like all glass walls, extending up, 2-3 stories. And I knew that I was going to have I roughly knew how many bedrooms I was going to do. Like, I had a rough idea, basically. I did have a little bit of trouble doing just the layout of the bottom floor and then the top floor on the side, just because I wanted to make sure it flowed nicely and made sense and all that jazz. So this particular speed build is very jumpy, and to be honest, most of my speed builds are, if I spent a pretty decent amount of time doing them. I think this one would have taken me a few days to do. I did it over several days because I just couldn't get it to work. I remember my partner Nick having to, I was just getting so frustrated with it that I was like, Nick, get in here, I need you. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, I need your help. And so he helped me. So that was really good. So there you can see the start of the glass panels and things like that. And I have those walls sort of on that diagonal because I wanted it to look like it was a really big sliding door or folding door that would open up out onto the terrace or whatever you want to call it. So I do change that off camera. I remember I was talking to Nick and he was like, it looks a bit weird because at the time I had it going all the way up 3 floors and it made no sense. I was like, no one can open a door that's 3 floors high. Like, what are you doing, Olivia? So I changed it so that only the bottom door. Was it the bottom door? Maybe just the two floors. I can't quite remember now, but we'll find out. So that's basically what I was doing there. This is probably going to be a very random little audio clip because I'm not really sure what to talk about, because I remember what it looks like and I remember what I did, but I haven't watched this in so long. But I will say that the pool area with the stairs on the side was directly related to an image I found. I think it was for a bar or something, or some sort of rooftop club or something, and it was it wasn't a real photo. It was like a generated image from like architects and stuff. So, but I really liked it, and it was quite long, and it looked nothing like this in terms of it's quite blocky, this particular build. But the roof style of how it is right now, where it's the two triangles sort of like falling down to each other over the pool, that was something that they had there. And I do eventually change that a little bit because I felt like it wasn't quite suiting the rest of the house. But yeah, that's where I got that from. This top floor here, I really love how it turned out. It's probably a little random in terms of colour scheme throughout the floor, but essentially the very top floor I designed to just be like the parents, you know, the adults only kind of thing. So you've got like a big bedroom which has their own like living space and TV, and then you've got like a walk-in wardrobe behind that, and then they have they've got a bathroom obviously, and then they've got another kind of like little lounge area, you know, like a desk and stuff, and there's a few decks or verandas or whatever you want to call them that pop up around the build. And this was just kind of like this shade awning that I just decided to do. I think I got the idea from a build I'd watched at the time. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember whose it was. It was probably, oh no, I wouldn't have a clue who it was. But I think that's where I got the idea from. And then later I put some of those, what is it called? Like low-lying yellow flowers or something like that. I feel like that's what they're called. But a bit later I put them up there. And it was quite difficult trying to decide on a colour scheme because like I wanted it to make sense to the rest of the actual penthouse building, which is pretty much just black and white, essentially. But I also wanted it to stand out, you know, I didn't want it to just sort of like blend in, and I wanted certain things to stand out over others. So I played around with quite a few of the new things that came with City Living. As you can see, I'm using those slate walls. I love these slate walls. They are awesome. I honestly, like anyone who is doing any type of build, I seriously recommend trying to get those into your build because they just add something a little bit different, and you can use them for so many different things, and like things that you would never have thought of using them for. So it's really fun. So it is a bit fast. I think for some of these clips are sped up almost to like 1000%, which when I say that it sounds absolutely insane, but you know, I had to do it for you guys. So as you can see, those pillars are now purely made out of those slat walls, and added in the glass looking what am I calling, like fence thingies, edges, I don't know, the words are escaping me right now. And then I added those edgings around the apartment as well. I don't know, like, I was going to say I'm really proud of how this one turned out, and I am, but you know how when you do a build and then you watch it back, you know, whether it's been 2 days or 2 months, or in my case, a bazillion months, and you just kind of go like, oh, I would have done that differently now, or I don't really like that anymore. Like, if I was to chuck this in my game and play with it, I'd probably play around with it a bit more. And, you know, like, obviously you guys can too. If you want to download this, you can do whatever you want to it. But, yeah, I always find it interesting watching something from a while ago. Because you always... Sorry, I'm just getting distracted because I can hear my partner doing something in the background. Is it bubble wrap?
Maybe.
I knew it. I knew it was bubble wrap. Oh, it was so distracting.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Goodness me. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I know they arrived, darling. That's very exciting. Is this what you were playing with?
Maybe.
And the bubble wrap.
And the bubble wrap. It actually has a sticker on it that says, "This kept your fidget cube safe. Be sure to pop a few."
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. So we're talking about this thing called a fidget cube, which is we backed it on Kickstarter.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just like a little cube, and it's got all these different like buttons and switches and knobs and stuff that you can play around with. Basically for those people that need to fidget. Like if you've got any pen clicker people, you know, those annoying people that just click their pen 24/7, especially if you work with them, this is what they need.
Or, you know, ADHD or something.
Yeah, ADHD and anxiety and stuff. Like if you're constantly having to fidget, like this is perfect. Is this which one's this?
This is my one, the Kickstarter color.
Okay, which one's my one again?
I don't remember. There's white and green, white and blue. There's a fully black one.
We'll sort it out later. Now get out, I'm busy.
Oh, sorry, bye.
Okay, that was really random. Moving back to the speed build. So as you can see, I've now started to do a bit more. So you can see that I did the lights inside the house, which I really love. Those huge, big dangling ones from the Get Together pack. I think they're so pretty. They were a bit of a pain to place, but I think they came out really well. And then I just wanted a little patch of grass at the end, you know, nothing major. It was mostly going to be, you know, a concrete, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I've got a few little grass patches. So I did the bathrooms off screen just because I was aware that my build was getting insanely long. So I'm just playing around with you know, like locations. What are you talking about? I'm playing around with room sizing and getting everything there. I really like this room, how it turned out. I did a few things that I probably wouldn't normally do. And I really embraced the Vintage Glamour pack, as you'll see. I pretty much used it in every bedroom. It's just so cute. This was me trying to find the right shades of pink and white to use, you know. Got to get your swatches matching. You know, that's like rule number 1, okay? And I do eventually change this room around even more. Like that bed gets changed, I think, and it moves to that big wall there, and lots gets changed basically. But essentially, as I said, the top floor is like that, adults only. The second floor has 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, and kind of like as you come up the stairs where you can sort of lean over and look down into the dining room, that's kind of like what would you call it? It's got a bar area and a few like different seats. I kind of, when I was making this penthouse, I had a family sort of roughly in mind. I didn't play them for very long personally because I got distracted by something else. But they were, you know, very glamorous and it was actually, I've got them on the gallery. I think they're called Glam Celebrity Couple or something like that. So you can see who I was sort of like thinking of when I built this particular house. But yeah, so I wanted it to be quite sophisticated. You know, I don't have any kids' rooms. There are no actual children's rooms. There's, you know, teen or above rooms. But that was on purpose. You know, like I did that on purpose. I also played around with having the TV in the wall just there, but I didn't think it looked quite right. So instead I just went with a classic little, you know, nook at the back there, or at the front of the bed, I should say. And fully embracing vintage glamour, as you can see, because how can you not? It's so pretty. And this is the top floor where we have like a little lounge area for adults and stuff, a little desk area. It's pretty open. Like you could probably do whatever you wanted. You could break it up even more. You could put another bedroom in. You could move the bathroom and put a bedroom in where the bathroom is. Like you could do so many things. And in hindsight, I probably didn't need this many lounges. Like I realized there's probably like I think there's like 3 TVs in the house now, because you've got one in the upstairs bedroom, and you've got one in the lounge, which is in the next room, and then you've got one in the lounge on the very bottom floor. So you know, you got to have multiple choices. You know, I had so much trouble with this kitchen. Like I could not decide on which counters to use. I must have changed it Oh my god, so many times. In fact, I may have even stopped filming because I was like, this is nuts. No one's going to want to watch me, you know, go through every single one. Like, I'm not even sure what I ended up doing, but like, I knew how I wanted it to look. I just couldn't decide on what counters to use, basically. So, and I liked that I put the stove. Did I leave the stoves there? I feel like I did. I thought they looked quite cool there. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, that's a shame. I wish I had. That would have been quite cool. Oh well, never mind. Feel free to change it. But this is the downstairs room, and you can see, hopefully, maybe, but you definitely will see in screenshots, how I've changed the zigzag doors. I haven't made it all so that they're all exactly the same sort of triangular point. There is a difference now. And I think that makes it look more realistic as a sliding door. And obviously, you know, because we don't have seasons or anything in The Sims, it doesn't matter that that's how it looks, because there's no such thing as rain. So nothing's going to get ruined. Well, I'll put the sink there, so that's good at least. But yeah, so so this is the bottom floor. So you got the kitchen and like a dining area here. The next room over, which is through a, not a door, but, oh my god, what's it called? Like an alcove or something? Oh no, I've forgotten the words. I'm just losing the plot today. But that's where the lounge is. And I really love the lounge. It's quite funky. And then they go out onto the hallway, and then off the hallway you have a office, a gym, which you can kind of see in the corner there. There's also one other bedroom, which in my mind was going to be the butler's bedroom, but it could easily be, you know, any other sim, or, you know, a teenager, you know, whoever you want, really. And trying to decide on the tables, you know, just trying to decide on the tables. So, yeah, so the build isn't really made for kids. Do I have a kids room? No, I'm thinking of a different build. No, I definitely don't have a kids room, but, you know, kids rooms are pretty easy. You just chuck in a couple of beds, some toys, and posters everywhere, and you're good to go. So it shouldn't be too hard to change it if you need to. But I think this house, you know, for what I was wanting to build it for, which was a sophisticated couple who were going to throw lots of dinner parties and house parties and, you know, live a very glamorous life and money's no issue and all that kind of thing. I think I think I succeeded. I think it looks how you would expect a house to look for someone who is like that. And while I haven't played with it very much myself, I don't know, like watching this, I kind of want to go play with it again, because it's so pretty. I think probably the screenshots would be my favorite thing to watch for it. It's just so pretty. These counters, you know, the cabinets for these counters are kind of my nemesis, because I really don't like that they light up. Sometimes it's awesome, but I wish you could turn it off. I wish you could, you know, say whether you wanted it to be able to light up or not, because I find it really messes with the lighting in a room sometimes, and you just don't want that, you know. So yeah, so I made a multicolored rug using the round colored carpet there, or rug I should say, mainly because I was like, oh, I want something a bit different, you know, I don't just want another square one, it's a bit boring. And then with what I was trying to do with the chairs was have multicolored chairs, but it didn't quite suit it. So what I end up doing is changing a couple of those rugs to a different color. I think I use like red and green, because it's the same as the lights from I think they're from the movie pack that I used above the in the kitchen area there. So there you go. Oh no, not red, sorry, orange. That makes more sense. And yeah, just added a few more things. I really embraced colour schemes in this build. I remember I was paying attention to the colours of plants and the sort of like the pots the plants were in and all that kind of thing. And I think I also did the outside off camera for this build. So there's a few things that you'll see like as I'm filming that you're like, oh, cool, that's cool, I didn't know you did that, kind of thing. So yeah. Those lights look so weird, they're just like floating there. But you know, whatever, Strevs, it's fine. It's fine. The lighting is weird though, right? That's why this is what frustrates me. It's like those huge lights are up there, but they're casting no light whatsoever in the actual dining room. So you probably have to add... You could use the show hidden objects cheat and use those fake lights. I can't remember what they're called, and I've never personally used them, but I know that they exist because I've seen someone use them and I've seen them in there as I was going through everything. But you could probably put those in there maybe. I don't know if they work like lights though. I don't know if you can like... I don't think you can, you know, turn them on and off or anything like that. I think they're just on all the time. So you'd have to play around with that because I don't actually know how they work. So... I changed the colour scheme in here so many times. Like at first I just had that orange feature wall. I'm pretty sure that I end up actually just fully embracing it and making every wall that colour. Because I was like, it's too black and blah, you know? So, but I changed it. I also thought this would be kind of a cool time to just say that I started this channel probably, I don't know, like 7-ish months ago, and I did it kind of on a whim. I've been thinking about doing something like it for a while, but I wasn't really sure what to do or how to do it and yada yada yada. I spent probably a couple of months just like binge watching so many people on YouTube, you know, whether they had 2 million subscribers or 6. Like I just watched so many people just to see what people were doing and saying and how they structured them and how long videos were, etc, etc. And I would recommend that for anyone who was thinking of doing it as well. It allows you to just not go in completely blind. You know, like you've got a little bit of knowledge there. Not that it matters too much, but that's what I did anyway. And I can't believe it because this morning I checked my YouTube and I have 53 subscribers, and I just can't believe it. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and to everyone who has watched and liked and commented or anything. It means the world to me that people are enjoying my content, and I love making it for you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, I say that silly, but I'm serious. Like, thank you so much. And you know, if there are any requests, like if there anything you want me to try and build, you know, I can't promise I'd be great at it, but you know, if you want me to build something that you want to see, or you know, if you maybe have seen something that I've done and you want to know how I did it or something, like there's heaps of tutorial videos out there. But if you guys want me to do one, I would be happy to. You just need to let me know. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, which is livyblivysims, you'll have seen that I have been posting pretty regularly on there. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone who's followed me there as well, because it's really fun. Like, I love connecting with you guys. I've got to meet some, well, not meet, because I live ages away from everyone, but I've got to know a lot of really cool other simmers, and I just gotta say, like, our community is like the best community ever. You know, like, you've got school, you've got university or college, you've got, you know, work, and just all these different people and places that you meet people and everything. But I think there's something about the simming community that is just so, what's the word I'm looking for? So supportive. Like, I don't think I've ever had a negative reaction or a negative conversation or anything with a simmer before. Like, everyone's so supportive of everyone. Everyone is so nice and just so giving of their you know, thoughts and appreciation and support and stuff, and it's so cool. So I'm loving that I'm a part of this community now, you know. And I obviously was before, you know, being someone who played The Sims, you're automatically a simmer. But yeah, I feel very privileged to have 53, I think now, 53 subscribers, and I can't thank you enough. Like, thank you so much. So segueing out of that, I decided to put windows in the office so that you could look out into the pool. You know, you might not like it. It might be kind of weird. Like, you can absolutely change it if you don't like it. I thought it would be kind of funny if you're like in the office and then someone jumped in the pool and you'd see these like legs floating around. I was like, that would be pretty funny. But if you're like genuinely doing some work, it would probably be quite distracting. So I don't know. You could put maybe I put curtains there. I can't even remember, to be honest. Not that it makes much difference in Sims, but you know, if it was real, you could do that. The layout of the bottom floor is kind of weird. I was just trying to fit everything because I wanted certain rooms to have, you know, the most windows and things, and so I had to sort of play around with that. But I think for the most part, it works. It's so funny watching like older builds because you see things and you're like, oh yeah, I used to do it all the time, or like, oh yeah, oh, I do like the outside. I do. I really like, after I did it, I was like, damn, I really wish I'd filmed this because I'm quite proud of it. I've made like a little like shade thing. I'm not even sure how to describe it, but I really like it. This is the hallway, and I had an idea to do some sort of like wall feature. So I was playing around with like fountains or like pots and stuff, and in a bathroom on the second floor, I had put a pot in between two counters, and like I think I may have put a flower there, but I can't remember. And I think this was after I built, it was either after or just before I built my colourful apartment build. And if you've watched that one, you'll know that I sometimes combine flowers so that you get a bit more like foliage in the pot plant or whatever. And so that's what I was trying to do here. I was trying to have the pots going up the wall, and then I was going to get a flower and sort of like put them in there. But I didn't quite think that through because it meant that those pots would also appear on the other side, which was the lounge. And then I played around with like trying to put like just a space where you didn't use it, but it messed up the whole lounge, and I was like, no, denied. So I could always, you know, do that in another build, just change it around or whatever, but for the most part, I just went with like a plant feature wall. And I think it works. I think it looks fine. It's fine. One thing I do like about the second floor is that I kind of see it as being like the party floor. Like, yes, there's a bedroom. Is there a bedroom? Yeah, yes, there's a bedroom there, but which has its own ensuite. But there's also, as I said, like the little sort of bar area. This bit here. Oh, how it was like I knew that was coming up. I didn't because I can't see it. So yeah, you can see that it looks over down onto the kitchen and dining, which I just thought was really cool. And so those windows all around there go down 2 floors, which I thought was quite cool. And I wanted a few little spots where people could just hang out and chill. I think those are city living chairs and couches from memory. Yeah, but the bathroom on this floor is, I like to think of it as like a party bathroom. There's one part that is actually a bathroom, which has a shower and a toilet and a sink and stuff. And then there's another one which has 2 vanity tables that you got with the Vintage Glamour Pack, and like, you know, makeup set up and stuff. And I was like, that's pretty cool, because you can just imagine all the girls huddling in there getting ready and spending half of their night in there, you know. I'm just wondering whether I actually put any speakers or anything on this floor. I may have done it after I had finished it and like started playing with it, but I don't know if I did that before or after. Oh well, they're easy enough to add in anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Just playing around with the colour schemes. I couldn't quite decide what I wanted to do. But we're coming into the screenshots pretty soon, like any second now. so you can see the final thing. So this is the hallway, so you've got the 2 doors there, and moving down, lots of doors. This is the downstairs bedroom, so what I put as the butler's bedroom. Downstairs bathroom, which I think came out like a red, gold, black kind of theme. Office with the pool and a little gym on the side. Here's the lounge. So as you can see, I changed all the colours, the wall colours to that. And my most favourite room in the whole place. Look at that view. Oh, stunning! Little party area there. Another view of that with a little nook that's by the bedroom. A little cozy reading nook. Here's that cool bedroom. Oh, there's only 1 vanity table, sorry, and 2 sinks. That's right. So this is the upstairs, the second floor bedroom. So you can see I added in a bit there, and I really love the little area with the chair and the wardrobe. This is the upstairs bedroom, so I chose purple and yellow for that theme, and this is the walk-in wardrobe that's behind, which there's no door. I don't know if you would have really seen those in the photos, but yeah, this is the top floor bathroom and some shots of the top floor bedroom, or lounge rather, I should say. So it's going to go into some some exterior screenshots soon. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. Hopefully I didn't waffle on like really boringly. I'm sorry if I did. Just mute me, you know, just mute me. It's fine. This is what I was talking about, the really cool little like shade awning thing. I'm really proud of that. I quite like that. But yeah, so it'll be on the gallery, either Vista Penthouse or the actual address. I think it's Torrendie Tower. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. And yeah, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you for the next one. Bye guys.